Happy Wednesday to everyone, and I'm going to make a departure from the norm. I'm your host Vernon Lee Brown, bringing you bringing you the happy and healthy news every single Monday through Friday, 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, about 3 minutes behind. Appreciate you rocking out with me. Um, we're looking at reasons to keep trying. This is brought to you by. Yesterday, I made a post, and I said, "You are enough." And I was just not necessarily surprised, but I was kind of surprised by the amount of people who kind of chimed in. Is this camera YouTube? Sorry about that. Um, by the amount of likes, engagement I got with it. And for me, sometimes I get kind of caught up into the conversation I have, and it just made me reflect and think about some things. And kind of give it the impetus for today about reasons to keep trying. And then today I made a post just now about what's your favorite mythological creature. It's about the phoenix. Right now, long story long, and making it long story shorter now, is people are looking for more reasons to fight, more reasons, not to fight, but to win now. We're all having different anxieties, different pressures, and we all are looking for different reasons why we have to keep ourselves engaged. Do I have my tough days where it struggles for me to even put one foot in front of the other? Absolutely. Yesterday was a beast for me, but I pushed through it. And I'm always looking for different ways that I can kind of champion the real me. Because sometimes when we're going through tough times, we will focus on the experience or focus on maybe a consequence of prior actions or lack of actions. We'll focus on the problems. We'll just focus, focus, focus. I'm always looking for things to take me away from that. Because when you're in that state where you're trying to figure out what's my next move, what do I do next, we're all looking for something to ground us to hold on to. And I thought I'd have a little fun with this because, one of the ways that I'm always pushing through things and I'm always suggesting to people, and quite honestly, a lot of ways that my role models essentially is what I'm kind of leaning towards, is I'm always looking for things that give me some courage, some encouragement, some strength. Such a fanatic of the Phoenix. I love the Phoenix. Even the comic book, Jean Grey, for my comic book fans here, the Phoenix, it represents rebirth. It represents the fact that you get burned out, you get beat the crap out of you, that crap gets beat out of you, and what do? You become reborn, and you keep pushing, and you find different ways. And so, one of the reasons, kind of number one, I want to talk about one thing I wanted to share is you got to find role models. You got to find something that gets you outside of yourself. The phoenix, mythological creature, is just again attractive to me because it's about rebirth. You all know that, a year ago I would have never fathomed I would be where I am today. Would never. But it was that presence of rebirth that I can start anew, that I can make the next day better. I can make that next moment better. Yesterday was tough, but guess what? I came back and I'm going to make today even better. But it's about finding ways that you can kind of fight. And a role model is phenomenal for that. Maybe start looking to see what some others are doing. This morning I listened, all of you might know, if you don't know, you do know now, that I love Moana. I listened to You're Welcome, the slow version. Forgot John Fisher or Joe Fisher, whatever it is. I listened to that. That just gets me excited. But it just made me step outside of the reality that sometimes we have to deal with. I'm like, man, I get to focus on that happy. I get to focus on that positive. I get to focus on the fact that the story of Moana is about how am I going to figure this out and look what I can do with the right support, the right belief, and the right kind of energy. Another way that can help some of us get through those tough times is we have got to talk to people. I cannot express how important this is. No man is an island. I have spoken on this many times before, but I will speak on it again. I was at the grocery store, and this woman, I could see it. She's ready to explode. I don't know what was going on, but I just started talking with her yesterday. This isn't some humble brag, but I'm just giving an example for the record. I'm not like that. If you know how I am, I don't get down like that. But when I was talking with her, I could just see the relief in her face and her shoulders and her eyes and her soul. And I could see she kept all of these things inside that she was going through. We've got to start talking more about it. No, it's not what's wrong. No, it's not whining and complaining, but we need to express ourselves. We need to get this sugar, honey, iced tea out of us. Get it out. Find somebody, talk to somebody. Life is about love and friendships, relationships. Life is about people, in short. Don't isolate yourself. Trust me, I have done that for years. I was locked in a room for 9 months, depressed. Almost wasn't going to be here. Yeah, this is decades ago. I recognize the consequence of isolating yourself. Don't do it. It's not even about going to that necessarily place, but we can get bizarre, we can get twisted with our thoughts. And hey, let's be real. How many times have you been in a really dark place and all of a sudden someone makes you laugh? Or then someone makes you think about what it was like when you were growing up and you heard the ice cream man. Or even that the reality is that in many cases, some of us have begged for these opportunities. Maybe you wanted to be in that upper management position. Maybe you wanted to be in a relationship. Maybe that you wanted to make a lot more money. Maybe you wanted to be in a place where it's more competitive. Some of these things are par for the course. But when you talk with people, you get to hear yourself. You get to like, wow, and maybe repurpose some of that pain. Maybe look, give a different perspective on that pain. But talk with people. You will be amazed the amount of energy and amount of just release you can get just by being with that person or persons who just inspire you. Maybe just someone just to hear you out. If you don't have someone, reach out to me, talk with me. I'm happy to help talk to people. This is not about money. It's not about coaching and da da da. It's just about being a good human being. A lot of people don't realize just there's so much power in people. And I see people out there and they say they don't like people, they despise people, and it just makes them play smaller. Push against that. Push against it. I got this wonderful question yesterday. Jane. Jane helped me out with this question. I love this question. Please take this. Ask someone this if you know someone's going through a tough time. How is your soul doing today? I thought that was such a fantastic question. I'm the question guy. I love questions like that wake you up. But it really forced a conversation with myself internally. Like picture someone walking up to you and saying, how's your soul doing today? That just hits, right? And it makes you like, man, how is my soul doing? Even as I ask that question. But I would not have had that experience had someone not talked to me and spoke some life into me and spoke some light into me. So never forget how important people are. And another one even that I wanted to share is kind of a personal one, but it's sometimes you need to sit back and I'm going to say the way that I want to say it, and then I'm going to use a different word. Sit back and look at your life. It's working. It not be working exactly the way you want, but it's working. Sometimes that uncomfort that we're feeling is change. It was simple when we were in our teens and maybe in our 20s. It was, not answering that. It might have been different. It was different when we were 20 years old and in college and 20 years old and playing and laughing and joking. But guess what? As we get older, we have more responsibilities and change becomes more of a risk. And so we can feel this as discomfort, this anxiety. I had a great conversation with a lovely soul this morning because she was feeling that she wanted to crawl out of her own skin. And a few minutes into it, we just started laughing and, I could hear both of us just feel a relief. And the change gets a little more uncomfortable as we start throwing layers of life. We got kids, we got responsibilities, we got to get up and work, we got to take baths. Some people don't want to admit this, but it's like, oh man, I didn't take a bath today. Hey, guess what happens? These things can happen in life. We're human, but it's about just sitting back and being so thankful for what you have, even if it isn't what you want. Even if it's not working the exact way that you want, it is working. That uncomfort that you're feeling, it's working. That's a sign of change in many cases. But it's about, I don't even want to say this word because I feel like it's way overused, but so I'm not. Look at your life. Love your life. Love it. Because at some point, we all got to make that, that transition, and we're going to be begging for these times. It is a sin to wish your life away, so enjoy it. But that's enough of that. I just want people to sit back and to think about the opportunity that a lot of us have in front of us. It could be that one phone call. It could be that one more email. It could be that one conversation. It could be that one, video that you're watching, and everything that you're feeling right now can be, boom, flipped around. And that's one of the reasons why I love life so much. That's why I get excited about life. That's when I have those tough days. I'm just like, okay, I'm excited to go to sleep because I know it's going to be better the next day. But you got to keep pushing through and finding the next step. Don't worry about the big picture. Focus just on that next step. When I used to run, it was always, oh my God, I got 12 miles to run. I got 8 miles to run. I got 6 miles, 4 miles, whatever it is. But nothing matters except that next step for anybody who's been out there and pushing hard and trying to find the best way. And you kind of get these no's and then you get these half yeses and then you've got these different failures and things don't work out. It's just that next step. That's all you need to focus on, is that next step. And as long as you find that strength, that courage, that inspiration, that belief to keep going, that's all that matters. Keep it positive, keep it focused, but always keep moving forward. If you want a cool song to listen to, because I got to share my playlist with someone yesterday, Kid Cudi, Reborn. Check that song out and just listen to it. That song just gets me hype. It gets me excited because it's all about just keep moving forward. Find ways to keep moving forward with a smile on your face and a genuine smile at that. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Give your boy a shout out on yourhappy.com. Check it out whenever you get some time, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks.